Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Monday, March 29th, 2010. Well, folks, the markets are trading slightly higher on the day, although to be honest, it's been one of those sleeper days with the volume being so light. You can see clearly in relation to Friday's activity. Look at Friday's volume and then look at today's. It's almost a joke today as the holiday week has gone into full effect here. Now, what do I mean by holiday week? Well, tonight at sundown, I believe Passover begins, and again, that lasts for obviously a couple days or the full week out. In addition, you have a Good Friday. Good Friday obviously will be in play coming Friday. The markets are closed for that day. So you can see very clearly, folks, the volume effect from a holiday session or holiday week is already in effect. Now, how does that influence the markets? Well, obviously, light volume generally dictates the markets will go sideways to higher. And that's exactly what you have today. The markets by no means are surging to the upside. In fact, the Dow is only up about 40 points on the day. NASDAQ is up 7, and the S&P is up about 5. So, I mean, really, it's, a third of a percent across the board approximately on these indexes, but it is enough to keep the markets positive right now. In addition, you have everyone looking towards the jobs report. Jobs report will be reported on Friday, even though the markets are closed. Now, that's a shady event in and of itself to close the markets or have the markets closed and report that number. Usually, they rotate it either to the following Monday or the following Friday or the Thursday before, so that would be on Thursday here, but they haven't decided to do that. Instead, they will release that number. All right, so obviously watch the futures on Friday morning. You'll see a big reaction one way or the other, but it won't play out until you get to that Monday session after the holiday weekend, all right? So that's what we're seeing again right now, guys. Overall, continued global optimism over Greece in Europe. That's pushing the euro higher. The euro higher is pushing the dollar down in relation. As you can see, here's where we closed on the UUP, which is the dollar index on Friday. Here's where we currently are, just a couple pennies off the lows of the day, down about 9 cents on the UUP today. So again, a lower dollar equals a slightly higher market. So all of these things are lining up. You can see very clearly in relation to where the market sits today. Now, again, for the rest of the week, you have to anticipate that light volume market, just the way it's going to be, folks. So we'll continue to watch. Let's take a look here, folks, across the board. How about SPY? We'll go back to the SPY, focus on the S&P here, and just take a look. Again, you started with a little bit of a gap up. You sold off a little bit, then bounced to make a new high, but came up into this trend line, this green trend line. Look at this. It notes the high pivot from last Friday. Friday's high pivot is essentially the highs from today. You hit it here and pulled back, pierced it here, and then pulled back as well. Now you're just trading almost identically to the sideways motion in this market. Again, waiting for any type of volume to come in to push this market one way or the other. Are we going to see a buy program here at the end of the quarter, or are we going to see some profit taking towards the end of the quarter? Most likely the profit taking is not an optimal possibility based on the light volume and obviously the end of the quarter, with everyone kind of looking to make all their portfolios pretty going into the Friday session, or into really the last day of the quarter is on Wednesday. So keep that in mind, folks. The last 3 days of this quarter are coming into play. If you do start to dip down a little bit here, watch this blue trend line from the lows on Friday up. Notice you're connecting the lows here. That may be a possibility of getting tested. Any type of selling would bring us down there. It's also the 200 moving average. Therefore, that would be a lot of support. Most likely, selling can be bought here on support lines. And the reason I say that, again, is the light volume effect is purely in play. Okay? Let's see what else is going on here. If you do move up to the upside, you're going to look for double top here at the 117.50-ish level. If you get through that, you obviously have a clear sailing path all the way up to 117.75 to 117.80. All right, we'll keep a close eye on this market as we continue to trade. Very interesting market today, again, because of the light volume. In the markets, again, even though they're going sideways, you do have some key storylines playing out here. You have all the stuff from Greece, Europe, Asia, China, all of that area coming into play now. You have oil having a solid day today. Oil's having a great day today. Take a look at this. Even though it's getting a little bit of a dump today right here at this current candle, you're still seeing a very positive move on the USO, up almost $1 on the day. That's a sizable move, folks. Other stocks in play, Exxon is having a very strong day near the highs of the day. This is one of the keys carrying this market. It is definitely carrying this market. Apple Computer is up, but not up that much. Was up much more. It has rolled over. As you can see, Apple is slowly selling. Now, again, over the weekend, they talked about the iPad and basically being sold out. So if you ordered it, originally, if you ordered it, you were supposed to receive it by early April. And now, if you order it now, it's going to take about till mid-April or a little bit before mid-April to get that in. So, again, that is what's going on there. But nonetheless, you see a lot of talk about people clamoring for that iPad, and that's kept Apple very strong. In my opinion, it's going to be somewhat of a sell the news, though. I think you'll get a little bit of a pullback either right before anywhere in this next week, or if it's able to hold up on light volume, then you'll probably see it early next week or into next week. That's a possibility as well. So keep an eye on that. Couple stocks making big moves today. SERV, Servidyne, basically said that they signed a big contract to help the up to 600 U.S. retail superstores or stores out there. They didn't name necessarily who it was for, but again, to make it more energy efficient, 600 stores out there for a major U.S. retailer. That stock has just soared here, folks. Up a little less than 200%, was up more than 200% a little while ago. That has come in. A sympathy play for me is Conalog CNLG. CNLG is a play I do have that play right now. Conalog CNLG is the play there. And if you look at the chart, I love the chart here on the daily chart. Look at this. Big move from basically a $1.25, $1.30 all the way over $4 to close to $5. It's now retraced all the way back down, just waiting for a little bit of news. That gets news, it should be off to the races, and a pretty nice one as well. So again, I'll continue to watch that. I continue to hold a little position in that one as well, and I'll keep an eye on it and update everyone as it continues to play out. But again, on that SERV, kind of a sympathy play off of that based on the energy efficiency. These guys do a lot of electric utility type energy conservation stuff to help those utilities conserve energy. All right, going across the board, guys, we talked about XOM. Now, let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs daily is now hitting the 20 moving average. As you can see very clearly right there, hitting the 20. On the intraday, Goldman's been very weak the last few days. I mean, look at this. You go back to last Thursday, Friday, and Monday now, all down days on this stock. And again, interestingly enough, JP Morgan was going in the opposite direction all those days, and ultimately today, it's reversed. So JP Morgan is weaker today, down about 40 cents, and that's just taking a little breather. If you look at the daily chart, some nice top tails. I pointed this out to my premium members into a key level. They obviously loaded the boat there on a short at 45.20 or higher. I gave them that. And that's, again, if you're in the research center, you got that. If you're in the chat room, you got that in the money stocks. And look at this pullback today, guys. Literally, you're in the money 65, 70, 75, 80 cents now, depending on where your entry was, above 45.20 as it's now at 45.60 on the day. And that's off the lows. But nonetheless, fantastic little move there to the downside on JPM. And again, the short was picked up here at in the money stocks and given out, and good profits had by all there. All right, that's all for today. Just keep in mind, guys, if you go back to the spiders here, let's take a look at the spiders and flip over to the intraday. Watch the light volume, just trickling sideways here. Not a major move either way. We'll stay tuned by that, and again, continue to update you. Stay tuned. Join the research center. Join the chat room. See you later today. Bye.